Hi everyone, welcome to this channel. My name is Lavanya and I'm a qualified journalist. To give you some background, I cleared my CA finals in November 2020 and have cleared the previous two levels also in my first. Simultaneously with my chartered accountancy degree, I had pursued my Bcom finance and accountancy degree from Christ University, Bangalore. Now, a lot of our CA students, which I have seen, my colleagues that I have seen, we tend to opt for a correspondence course for your BCom so you get more time to do your CA course. But for students who are just entering into this CA world, have this question of should you choose to do a BCom or should you do an undergraduate through correspondence or should you do a full-time college? In this video, that is my main objective, and that is the question I want to address, giving you, my reasons of why I chose a full-time college. First thing is there are a lot of cons to doing a full-time college, but I think the pros really. Some of the things that you need to keep in mind is a full-time college obviously means that your time is split, right? If you're looking to focus 100% on your CA, it means obviously your time is split between these two courses, right? Because you will be pursuing the BCom. And when I did it from Christ is notoriously known for its attendance. So I had an 85% attendance that I had to have, right? So when it comes to it, you're balancing two courses, it gets very hectic, right? So in Christ, my classes started till 6:30 a.m. in the morning and I had it till 12. And then my CA coaching again started from 12:30, ended at 5:30. And then you had, your fests and your clubs and all of that. Practice would go on till 8, right? So I was practically in college from sunrise till sunset. And this becomes very, very, right? Mentally, I remember I used to come back to my PG and, there were days like once in a month where I would just pass out the 16, 17 hours. Or I would just come and I would tell my roommate, yeah, you go have a bath, I'll take a nap, and I would just pass out and wake up the next day, right? But that is one thing is it gets very hectic. The second thing is the timings, like I did mention, that can also get quite hectic if you're going to a full-time college because obviously you have your classes and you have your college again. And I'm specifically speaking just about Christ because I know that Christ, honestly, in my opinion, has one of the best BCom plus CA courses that are there. And that is why I personally chose. Now, the third thing is that you will have to balance a lot of things. Right? You will have your internals, you will have your exams, and if you're doing it simultaneously, like I had balanced articleship also with college. Right? So like after 10 a.m., I would after my CA intermediate, once I cleared it, I would directly go for articleship, and I did my articleship from PwC. So that was also quite hectic. So the main problem would be it would be hectic, your timings, your attendance, and the balance that you tend to. These are some of the cons, that actually discourage a lot of people from taking a full-time course. But here are some of the pros that, in my mind, really, really outweigh the. The first thing is that going to a full-time college, it shows that you have a college life, right? These 3 years of your life that you're doing shape you a lot as a person, the peer group that you make, the friends that you make, and how you grow, right? So having that sort of college life, our CA students, we have a very hectic life. A lot of the times, the profession consumes 100% of us. You have nothing outside. And 10 years down the line, do you really want to come up and, regret it that I wish I had gone to college when all your friends are speaking about how much fun they had in college? I'm sure we all have those engineering friends who do that. So first thing is that, that college experience that you get, I think, is just beyond words. And it just helps you grow so much as it is. Now, the second thing is, if you do your full-time college from a good college, like I had done from Christ, it helps you develop a lot of soft skills. You have so many clubs, you have so many fests, you have so many things that you can take a part of. It helps you explore yourself as a person, to know yourself better, to grow more, and to develop your soft skills. Today, if I'm able to present in a certain way, to speak in a certain way, to deal with senior management in a certain way, it was because, the college I went to helped me develop those skills. And those are some of the skills that I realized, transferred over to the corporate world where my managers had much more trust in me and, dealing with stakeholders and speaking and, how they knew that I could handle stress because I came from that environment where I had to balance multiple things at the same time. Now, the third thing is the peer group that you develop. So I had done a course which was a Bcom and CA specific course, like all of us were just pursuing a Bcom. CA a lot of the times tends to be quite a lonely study journey, right? You're just sitting in your house a lot of times if you're not going full time college. You're studying, you're just going to articleship, you're coming back, and it tends to be a very lonely journey where you end up losing friends and a lot of the other things. But a course like this ensures that you have that peer group that is going through the same thing that you're going through. I was the COVID batch and I gave my intermediate during COVID, and I got through it only because I had such a solid friend group and all of us were going through the same thing. Even giving my CA final exam, when I cleared it, I attributed it to a friend of mine because both of us would just sit and share all the details and just help each other out, and that is a kind of peer group that you develop, and those are connections and networks that remain with for life. Now, the third thing is the balance, right? Like the con that I told you is, you'll have to balance a lot of things. But I think this is actually a pro. It helps you develop skills of, multitasking and optimizing and prioritizing, which really, really help you in the corporate world when you go in there and you tell yourself that, dude, I balance so much. Like, what is this? Like this is nothing to me. And it helps you really grow as a person. For me, like this balance came through was during my articleship. I balanced so many things. Right? There was articleship, there was college, I was during the weekends, I was pursuing my own passions, my own hobbies, and then you had to also have your classes. To be able to balance so many things, to balance the stress of so many things, to compartmentalize, I think that college experience really gave me that because, you had a fest going on, you had your exams coming up, and you had to submit, an assessment, an assignment. And that sort of balance, I don't think you can learn from a correspondence course. So these were some of the main reasons of, why when I look back, I'm very glad that I chose a full-time college and, which I feel just really, really adds value to me. I hope this helped you, and please do feel free to connect with me and, we can speak about this if you're interested.